A common question I get about the dark night of the soul is, how long does it take? Because I've been in this for months or even longer and I want it to stop. And obviously for everyone it's different. For some it may be weeks, for others it may be years, like it was for me. However, it wasn't like it was constant for me. I wasn't constantly in agony and having to face my demons. It was in and out, and that made it more bearable. But at the same time, it made it difficult because when it came back, my mind went, oh no, not this again. So it came in waves. So you may have thoughts that say that you can't take this, you can't take anymore, this is too much. You just want an answer for when it'll end. And it's almost better to focus on the present moment instead of being in your mind and focusing on time, because it's your mind that creates this resistance to what is. And that's the biggest problem, or one of the biggest problems in the dark night of the soul. It's the resistance to what's coming up. As I mentioned in my previous videos, the dark night turns up your demons and negativity and fears and everything else so you can see them, so you can face them instead of running away. So instead of running away, because this whole question of when will this end, it's an image in your head of a future where you will feel good or feel or be in a way that you imagine to be good. So instead of going into that fantasy, into your imagination, into your thoughts, instead of doing that, turn around and face your mind, face your demons. When a thought comes up that says, I can't take this, instead of believing that and identifying with it and going, oh no, that's right, I can't take this, there has to be a way out. Instead of doing that, challenge the thought and go something like, well, let's see, is this right or not? Because our minds don't know what's going on. So this thought that says, I can't take this, is a symptom of the darkness you're going through. So for me, as I mentioned, it took probably 2 years of it being intense, and then 2 years after that, it gradually lessened. And now, looking back, having more perspective on this, I can say, as I said in my other videos, that I'm grateful for having gone through this. So there's always potential in the darkness, but you have to be willing to face your demons. And don't worry if you feel like it's too much. You can always ask for help. There are other people going through this. You can ask for professional help, find someone who understands what you're going through, and you'll be fine. Don't take your mind too seriously. Your mind will object because the dark night wears you down until you stop resisting. It turns the darkness up until you surrender in a way, because we have all these coping strategies for always feeling good. We've learned to always avoid so-called negative emotions and thoughts. So we run away from them. We numb ourselves with food, TV, whatever it is, and we distract ourselves. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but in the dark night, it's like life wants you to look at that. Because eventually the dark night will go, and right now you have the potential, you have the opportunity to face your demons, and you'll be glad you did. So this question of how long does it take, it's different for everyone, and the process or the way it happens is different, the way you go in, the way you come out. But it'll take the time it needs to take for you, because there is a good side to this. All this anguish forces you to look within. And I talk more about what I learned in my dark nights, tips for how to survive, and other things. So check out those videos, check out my playlist on the Dark Night of the Soul, and yeah, don't take this too seriously. And I know that's difficult because you feel like no one has gone through as much pain and suffering as you're going through right now, but know that someone has, or at least I think I have, because it was very difficult, very challenging, but also very rewarding. So just relax, you'll get through this, and I'll see you in the next video.